working on another Lightbox. I ended up making and recording. I don't always record what I make, but I did on all these more than there were weeks in October for me to do my regular post of picture on Wednesday, video on Friday. So Mr. Artman said I could post them all this week and we'd have like Halloween spectacular. So yeah, hope you enjoy these. I don't know, we'll get more like another week like this, but maybe see how it does better. So this time we're working on like a retro style jack-o'-lantern, like old the old cardboard one. What's the name of that company? Bestel? Not real sure how to pronounce it. There were other companies like Union and stuff that made these, but the most popular ones you see will be from there. What I've done is, you see Edge of iPad Pro sitting there. I pulled up a bunch of images and kind of borrowed some from several of them, and I'm just going to come in and freehand it. And while this may look like a lot, these are still fairly simple. It's just, kind of flat circle, you just got to take your time and follow. Although if you really wanted to, if you're just doing it yourself, I don't think it would be that big of a deal, but just you probably print out and transfer using either transfer paper or whatever. It's a bunch of methods. But yeah, we're just going in. I like the bowler derby, but I also like the hat. I changed them out a bit. Some of their older mouths seem kind of small. I like bigger, more expressive things, but still get that cool retro look to it. And yeah, just kind of roughly going to Sharpie marker and drawing out what I'm going to transfer to glass. I did get to add a few details as we went along, but you'll see as that comes up. This is the retro versus vintage. Vintage is something that's really old, like a old car, like a 33, I don't know what the car is made, 33, a Packard, versus like that 2000s Thunderbird. The retro one, which a lot of people don't like. I thought that was a neat looking car. But anyway, here we go. Just going to go and do the outlines, and you'll see as we go along, revising as I go. All right, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're back again. You can see some changes I made even from the original once again. I made polka dots bigger. They show up better, and they're also a little bit easier to draw. And now I'm going to go in and already start adding a background, so I don't end up like I do on a lot of these. Where I'm like, oh wait, I need something to kind of fill up the space, but it not just be one big color. So yeah, I just went through and made simple a spiderweb sort of pattern. It's pretty easy to do. I just kind of marked center of design with pencil and use ruler. Just, went around drawing from that single point and then adding these little cells. I do kind of wish at points I'd made the cells a little bit bigger on this one. Cut down on all the colors, because even then, like there's like the light yellow, I think it's flower yellow or whatever. When I get to paint it, you really can't see it a lot. But it adds kind of background to it. Now I'm just going to go in and a lot of pictures I saw where these cutout bits were, like the irises were just black, and then the bit of the flesh, or what is it? I don't know, the fleshy bit, they would just make them like a darker orange or something. I don't know, this ends up working. I use, what is it? Amber for the bits, and then I'm going in with the purple, the reddish purple. That had a little bit of shadow under orange, and then that brighter yellow again. I think maybe I need to start using a brush. I want to do like these shadows and, just kind of evenly brush it in, maybe a couple of layers. And then I end up doing a couple of layers on the corncob pipe, because I start out with that amber, and it looked okay, but then I add a little bit of brown, and that really, I think, steps it up. And here we are using violet purple for shadow, and hatband, and I think aqua for the highlights, and then I do the tie and stuff with deep blue deep blue, yeah. Or no, deep blue for shadows. I go back with this purple color. And here I am adding in the black, which this black one, I don't know what I did this time. It came out, well, I was running low. Thin, I'd got kind of the thin stuff at the bottom for some reason, so I never quite filled it. But you'll see how it fits that in a minute. And of course, and then I ran out of black. And then here I am doing orange, and I of course run out of orange. So, we fill in as much as we can, and then it lets start. Oh no, I did have one. What did I run out of? Cat's bit. I don't. Oh no, I remember when I come back over to fix the holes. All right, so we let it dry, and what I decided, since this is kind of like scarecrow, or you're using old hat like you would use that, you have like, I'll add like, simply sewn in patch on hat. So I go in and I just, lead the outlines, and then I use the leading for stitches. And I had polka dots. All right, it'll be the same material as this kind of bow tie scarf thing. Ends up looking pretty good. Okay, well, I'll be back again in here in a minute. Okay, so now I went and got more orange, and I'm feeling it, finishing up where it was. I really do think I need to switch to brush for these if I do these shadows, because the stuff lays on if you've been using it or whatever. Like the leading is designed to be on, up, and it doesn't spread as much. But even then, the regular paint doesn't really spread. It'll go on pretty thick. So the bits where I, have lines of the purple that's under it, I'm just kind of trying to put lines of or bits of the orange on top, and it'll overflow and flood out. It'll either bury the leading lines, the outlines I made, or it'll also try to mix in with the colors around it if it goes on. Which everything's dry now, so it's not this bad, so I can just kind of wipe it off. You can end up with some, kind of stains in one or the other. Also, not just taking time. If I get it a bit thinner, it might work. You can go back over if you really bury your leading and can't see it, do another line of it. But if you're careful to begin with, it shouldn't be so bad. All right, and here I'm adding just a little bit more black around the edges, trying to help that fill itself in. And then I added white over that highlight because that was the Snow White. So it's not as opaque, so you'll be able to see the blue come through it. See what I'm saying? And then right here, so I used the lighter yellow and now this citrus yellow. You can see what I said about making the cells maybe bigger. Like you just kind of get a few bits where it is, which I guess is okay. I don't know. I'll probably end up doing more of these, so we'll play around with it when we get there. If I decide to use spiderweb on them. I will say, I think the shading and stuff to some of these old like prints and things like that, a lot of them were done under really limited colors. Like on this one, if I remember right, the colors were black, orange, and then like a yellow. Because of the way printing works back then. So that's something you can experiment with and add to when you do it. You can just, add some more colors. Work on it, but not just make it more your own, maybe like a little bit more modern, better detail. Also on this bit I'm doing here, you might see some random gaps that I will go back in and fix with that citrus yellow I ran out of. We're really running out of, I think, there. So also I kind of forgot what color it was when I went back over. Okay, and here we go. Just fill in the patch to match the bow tie. But don't add shade, just keep the same idea. And yeah, now I'm going to go back in and try to fix some spots I missed, this, that, and the other. All right, here we go. Going on the back again. I'm going to put in the white, but I just really want it. I ended up thinking I should do the whole eye, and then I decided, no, just the bright yellow bits where the light really would be coming through. I think this is another where you get to see me run out of this white, but it's okay. I get more and I'll work on it. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. as I'm feeling yeah, that may be a little part to conserve on sometimes, but more just kind of being more artistic with where I let the light do. I decided to let, not fill in the polka dots and some like where the smile lines, the cheeky, but the dimples, that's the word. And then on the pipe, I'm going to come back in and fill it up with red so it looks more like it's lit by Don't Smoke. It's not in real life. This is, one, retro, so everyone smoked back then, and two, it's imaginary, it's okay, but you don't do it, it's not cool. Anyway, yeah, so we finish it with the white. One thing I have noticed working on some of these is sometimes the glass doesn't really stay in. Like I like being able to pull out the little frame that holds the glass in and keeps the backing separate and all that, but I don't know, this one, it was okay because I needed to move it, but there's, I think the next one up I work on is a little bit more ungainly and hard to work with. So I ended up with this huge piece of glass at first. I was like, oh no, what do I do? Holding all this stuff, so I had to be careful not to drop it. And right now, like I say, if you think I'm feeling with white, I'm not. Like I said, I wanted light to show through, so I'm going through with the holographic glitter coat to give it a bit of shine. Yeah, and here we go. We fill in a bit of red. Don't take it all. I didn't take it all the way to edge. I took it to where leading is, which is on the other side. You'll get some pretty good control of squeeze mothers. I will give it that. And here we go, finishing up the white. Now, what I end up doing here, somewhat by accident, is I sort of glue this frame to the frame bracer bit to the glass, which one does help it stay in, but two, later when I go to put in the lights, it's a bit of a pain. But you'll see here in a minute. But yeah, right now I just go through and finish doing white. Be careful if you're feeling in back like this. Make sure you get it all the way to edge. Because when I record, I can't just lay on top of it, so I can see it all. So sometimes when I'm feeling stuff, I'll turn it and be like, oh, missed that spot. And there we go, a little bit more of the glitter. Just, really sputter. You can really see it when it's off or in daylight. When you turn it on, it kind of disappears. It's okay. Okay, so now we're going on to the wiring. Since I couldn't get frame out, which is what I usually use to mark these, I just take ruler. I think I measure like 1/2 inch. That'll give me plenty of space so none of the lights try to get up under that frame lit part. When you do it, which I'm less worried about not being able to see light, and more worried about crushing LED and hurting filament. Plus, also that's where the wiring is soldered together and leads, and that could be an issue too. But yeah, drill hole for the main piece. You've seen it. Unsolder plug to actual strip, and then I just measure out and cut strip and lay it out. I will say I think maybe this strip was a little longer. I end up with more pieces, so it's a little bit better coverage. I end up just cutting them out because I want to have them laid out roughly in a snaking sort of order where it's easier to watch prior jumps. And then just laying them out. They sit. I ordered 2 of these for other project that I did not record. They sent me the wrong one, so I have to wait for it. I still end up with Bidector. You can see me there with pencil for a second. Oh yeah, here we go. Not just tin all the edges, but I take pencil and mark out path, so I can end up having it, having it go the right way. Because it's supposed to go down kind of like end to end cross. You'll see. And just wiring them. And then for a plug, I put it in, wire it up, and then tie knot cords in so it stays in. It doesn't jerk out as easily and end up messing up points where I soldered and loses power. But yeah, here you can see it, like where you skip every one. Like you go from, what you want to do is you want to go all the way up from wire, and then across, and then all the way back down, and then across. So like a lot of restaurants actually set up their tables and booths, like a serpentine pattern, I think what it's called. And yeah, you just wire them up. This is not hard. I did turn down soldering iron a little bit, just to be a little bit more careful not to melt plastic and potentially burn out LEDs and strip. Because it really is just a bunch of LEDs running parallel. I'm thinking right. But there we go. I do like these plugs. They have an on-off switch and dimmer control, so people can make them as bright and dim as they want, depending on the mood they want to set in their needs. And there we go. We put it in, and now I turn on. And this is where I start seeing, like, I don't really like how splotchy the hat looks. I end up seeing a bunch of like spots and lines. That's why I think maybe this contract. Thought I got it in there pretty good. Maybe I need to get tool to help push it in. Also here, man, so it goes like from the orange, which I think I got a little bit, but I kind of wish I'd had more, even though it being off center, I think pushed that. Orange, amber, the citrus yellow, and then like the flower, whatever, the sunny yellow, the bright one. But as I'm filling in, I soon realize, oh no, I'm out of that citrus yellow, so I end up using amber. But it looks good when I'm done. And I'm going through and even covering another layer on top of the pipe. It had a bunch of blue back. I think maybe if you do that instead, next time I do a color pipe, and then I go back in with liquid leading to add, the cobby sort of patterns. So it works a bit better. And then I'm filling in little bits here and there where I have it to see holes. Actually, the ones I end up doing on the pumpkin itself in the orange, I think help because they make it look more like, how pumpkins have like bumps and warts and stuff. And then some of this is also going over for like the purple. Like I said, if I brushed it on, I think it would have been smoother. And just feeling in spots I see and where I need to stop. And then, I end up running out of black. I knew I did it somewhere. So what I end up doing is I take that deep blue and just cover the whole thing. And this ends up doing two things. One, it gives it a bit more brightness and color when the light's off, but also it ends up making it really opaque. So when the light's on and it's in the dark, I think it ends up looking really good, really happy accident. And a bit more of the aqua to finish the edges. Okay, and there we are. Hope you enjoyed. All right, see you in a couple days. Goodbye.